Yo, so I almost got arrested yesterday, and here's what I learned. I I don't want to take anything for granted anymore. I don't want to keep on going in the same direction that I've been going in, expecting something different because that is insanity. Learned that from Far Cry 3, actually. I never I never want to be in that position again to where my choices that I made up until a particular situation are now set in stone, and I have to just deal with what these people are going to do to my life. I got I was very blessed last night, to keep it real. Every mundane thing in my life that when I wake up to, like I haven't been proud of or haven't enjoyed, like moving back in with my parents, after having my own apartment, and all these different things, like being able to come home after that and like being able to talk to my mom after seeing her and realizing, like, calling her trying to see if she can give me bail, like that's that's a lot to process. And even now I feel like I'm processing it as much as I can, because it is still like a lot to think about in that moment. And I was thinking about this when I was driving home. In that moment when the lights came on and I was like, "Oh, this is really happening." I didn't even really care. And that scared me as well. I didn't care as much as I should have. I wasn't freaking out like I should have. And at the same time, who knows what me freaking out would have done? Maybe that would have gotten me the opposite of what I got in the end, because I was calm, but I just didn't value my life in the way that I should. And that's why I was in that position last night. And that's why I'm here to tell you this now. I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're happy. I'm not, though. And if you're watching this, then you know that about me now. And if you feel the same, all I can say is, don't risk your life because you aren't happy with who you are or where you are in life right now. You could be 10 years younger than me, you could be 10 years older than me, and everything in between and after that. You could be in any spectrum of life right now, but believe in yourself. Put yourself in the best position to succeed and try your best, because you do deserve that. I'm done smoking weed. I really have to stop. And I have to stop because it isn't getting me anywhere that I want to be. And when I smoke weed, because I just bought weed recently, when I smoke weed, it's hard for me to record these videos. Something that I genuinely enjoy doing, recording, editing. I get a lot of enjoyment out of that. And I appreciate anybody who's been enjoying the videos I've been making so far. But weed and drugs and even like meaningless sex, it gets in the way of what I really want to do and what I want to put my mind towards. And yeah, I just want to be better. I learned a lot of things last night about life, divine intervention. I'll tell you a little story time. I I had gotten, I wouldn't say pulled over because we were already parked, but I had a run in with cops maybe like 2 years ago with my friend who worked with me at my job at the time. And that was easily the most disrespectful I've ever experienced cops being to me. And it did feel like mainly because we were black men, young black men. And from that point on, was just very, I don't know, from that point on, I just didn't want to be in that position again. Those cops, when I was there, I was at my friend's house or my friend's apartment complex, and I had to sleep in my car after we were no, I'll run it back. Okay, so before I even got there, I had just washed my bed, put my sheets on, put my covers on. I was laying in my bed. I felt good. I felt super good. I was just like laying around in my warm bed, just chilling. And then I think I texted my friend or he texted me. And he's like, "Hey, you want to smoke?" I was like, "Of course." And I drive down there because it's only like 6, 7 minutes away. And then we're smoking, we're talking, like just talking about random stuff, doing like fictional character versus fictional character, talking about life, talking about whatever we would talk about. And then I guess, you see the lights behind you. And then one cop turns to two cops, turns to three cops, turns to four cops with a dog. I'm sitting here shocked because I just didn't expect to see cops at all. So I'm not even like lying. I'm not even a good liar anyways, but I'm definitely not on my game that night. Lying, like not even being able to lie. They can smell the weed, obviously. They have my friend, he threw his glass pipe on the ground and had us stomp on the weed. And then this particular cop is like, if you, because he asked me like, where's my vehicle and all this stuff, and tell him where it is. They ransack my shit because of probable cause and all that. And then this particular cop is like, if you drive out of this apartment complex, I am going to arrest you. And I was like, fuck. And it's like maybe 10 p.m., 10:30 maybe. And I gotta go to work at 7 a.m. I gotta be at work around like 8 or whatever. And so I'm just like, I guess I gotta sleep in my car now. But all that story to say that same cop who told me that wasn't the cop who pulled me over last night, but was the cop who he was the second cop who came for backup. And before, the one who pulled me over asked me like, do you have any prior anything? Like, did you do some other shit before or whatever? And I'm like, nah, of course not. I'm like, of course not. I would never do anything illegal, even though he smells the weed in my car. I tell him where the joint is, but I'm like, I would never do anything illegal before. And then I see that cop. And in that moment, I won't even say I got scared. Because again, I don't think that I really was valuing my life in the way that I should have been. But in that moment, everything could have changed. If he would have remembered me, it's over. It's over. Or if he had a grudge, if he had anything that he wanted to get off in that moment, he absolutely could have. And then I walk over to him because the other cop tells me to just walk by or to stand by the police car. And then I'm just having a conversation with this man. A man who disrespected me so much the first time we ever encountered 2 or a year and a half ago. Saying that I told him that I always look like this because people have told me I just normally look high because I'm not right now. But if you thought I was, and I got you. Many people have said that I look high. And he said, like, there's no way you're driving home. Like, look at you. And I was like, sir, I do look like this. I'm not even that high. Because if you are a smoker, you know that it takes a lot to get there once your tolerance is up. But don't smoke and drive. Don't do any of that under the influence. Anybody younger watching this, learn from everything I'm saying. None of this is what you should be doing. This is just for entertainment purposes and hopefully educational purposes. But I'm telling him like, yeah, like I don't even I'll be fine to drive. And he's like, look at you, like you look like. And I was like, no, I just look like this. And he was like, oh, you always look high. And I was like, that's really disrespectful, sir. That's not what I meant at all. And you knew that. I didn't say all that, but in my head I'm like, you knew that, but you just wanted to get that joke off because your buddies are here. But then again, last night talking to the exact same person who doesn't remember me, and we're having just a casual conversation. just about where I was, where I was coming from, just asking him honest questions about where this is gonna go. And it wasn't like I got some like super profound thing out of it, but it was profound in itself. One, that again, it felt like divine intervention for me to be able to have this conversation with this cop, somebody who disrespected me a lot, in my opinion. I don't take disrespect well, and I remember it to a fault. Having that encounter with that person once, and then having that encounter again, and not going to jail twice, but also being able to see that person as a human because he saw me as a human. And by the end of it, when I got back in my car after getting my license back and after having to stomp out the joint I had and throw away my grinder and all that, it just reminded me to never take this stuff for granted. These moments where you get out like just narrowly, I can't take these moments for granted. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you feel like you're doing something wrong, you can always turn around. You can always go the other way. You don't have to be going in the same direction over and over and over because you're sad or because you're lost or because you're whatever. Go the other way. See if you'll find happiness there. It's worth trying. It's worth trying to see what might be there on the other side. I'm just a 22-year-old guy who isn't proud of myself. I'm not proud of where I am in life. I'm not proud of who I am or what I look like or anything. Anything. The thing I'm the most proud of recently is these videos, putting these out consistently for people to watch, a big audience or small. I've been proud of that. Even my music career, I don't even know how to feel about it anymore. I question all of that. I question myself every single day because of the choices I've make, and what I will do in the future. But if you care at all about what I have to say, if you can resonate with anything that I'm saying, believe in yourself more. Don't get lost in your own symptoms, your own limitations. Something that a very, very talented artist said in an interview that I really connected with. Her name's Samara Sin, if y'all have heard of her or will in the future for sure. But she said that you can't take your limitations with you because they will only limit you. Understanding what your limitations are is one thing, but then when you carry them around and you make space for them, they will continue to limit you. And when it comes to weed and my relationship with sex, what I've done in my life is I've created space for these things. I've created space for them to be a part of my life in order for me to try to find some sort of balance with it. But drug use is not beneficial for me, and I know that. And the meaningless sex I've had over the past 2 years is not giving me anything that I actually want. I want something so much more important than that. With a person, I am a heavy romantic person who maybe can't isn't the right word, but I am a very romantic person who doesn't know how to be in a relationship. I've never been good at them. I've never been a good boyfriend. And that's something that weighs on me every day. And I think in those moments when my life could have been completely turned upside down, could have lost my job, could have put my mom in a worse position, could have done all these things, it's these limitations that I hold on to that make me feel like, oh, well, I'm not anything anyways. I'm not important anyways. But everybody who I hit up today, which was small, I have a small circle that I interact with and talk to, people I love a lot and I'm thankful for them. Those people that I hit up, they all just wanted me to be okay. And everybody in your life as you get older, all they can do is wish the best for you. All they can do is hope that you make the right decisions with your life. They can't force you to do anything. They can't make you do anything. And it hit me that I could have been, for those people, for the people I love, friends and family, that I could have been their friend who went to jail, or my mom's son who went to jail and she had to bail him out, and now we're going through legal bullshit to try to salvage the life I have. That could have been me. I sent a PSA to one of my friends who I know we both be on uh, bullshit. And I told him just be safe. I can't tell anybody how to live their life or how important weed is to them or how weed affects their life. I don't care at all. I'm finding my balance with God and my faith and everything. And I'm not gonna use this channel to try to get y'all to feel that way. That's how I feel and something I'm trying to find balance with in myself. But what I can say is you are more than a statistic. You are more than your limitations. And don't let the people, no matter how big or how small your group is, don't let the people that you love have to hear you from a payphone, have to hear you from, you know, from beyond some glass. I was close to that, bro. And I don't know how far that would have went. I don't know. And I'm glad I don't have to. And I hope, I pray that anybody watching this, that you don't have to deal with that. That you smoke responsibly, or you don't smoke at all, or you drink responsibly, or you don't drink at all, or whatever you're doing. Be safe, be responsible, because people care about you. And if you're watching this video, I care about you. Even if I don't know who you are at all, I care about you. You matter. You mean something. And I just had to get my shit off because I felt a lot about this experience, and I think this is my rock bottom. I think this is where I'm finally willing to make a real change within myself and grow into the man that I want to be for myself, my little sister, the people who look up to me in any way. I just want to be more of the man that I want to be for them and for myself. And I hope that whoever you are, whoever is watching this, I hope you find peace within yourself. Hope you love yourself and make wise choices. Don't get lost in the trees. That's all I have to say. Peace.